done, the final few picks is gonna change quite a bit here, right? Isn't it? So Valentina as well as who was the second final pick once again?
For the side of Absolute Zero,
Yeah.
it's gonna be Valentina that we have just
Arlen,
and oh yeah, Arlen on the ESC. So now, currently expect, of course, the flexibility, as we mentioned a while ago, with this team composition here for the side of Absolute Zero. Nothing wrong with it here, but Ignite Gaming, I love Rapid being aggressive. Roamer here, playstyle with the Grok right now. I think he benefits here so much. Look at this one. Oh, look at the damage coming in from the Salas and Seiji here. You felt that in the early stages.
Oh, okay. So, lane prio, let's talk about that. Double fighters in the gold lane. Understandably, both. I feel as though these two are just kind of fighting it out. This is just an XP game.
I know, but
XP
game indeed. But the crowd controls, they can dish out, especially later on. Expanding rivers rather, will benefit them later on. Now Zach is almost like 4 here. He is the Lancelot. They need some kills here, and this is what you want for the side of Ignite Gaming.
So this is a lot more early game for Ignite Gaming this time. They do have they do have the Lancelot that will pop off pretty early into the game. They can do the same thing with Blade the moment that the Genius Wand is gonna be the first thing to appear. They should be able to lock down one person pretty darn fast. Either gonna be Salas or Nomad or Vendetta. In fact, very likely it is gonna be Vendetta. It's always gonna be very comical, but in the meantime, terrified on the Rapidude, he flickers himself away. Almost yielded a free kill over to AZ.
Wow, look at the damage here, despite of course in the wall. So they are not going to risk this one. Ignite Gaming, despite of course the expanding rivers. No contest whatsoever. Nomad is here for the taunt.
Blade with the power of the Chaos Darkening. He do deal a lot of damage over the Nomad. That's first blood over to Blade. Well, in the meantime, that wild charge lands. Not quite enough to bring Blade out, but that flicker away to the northern part allows him to get out of dodge.
Okay, off-gun kill. It is going to be Utah having the first pick as well against Vendetta onto the top side. Despite, of course, Absolute Zero having the advantage with the turtle takedown. Ignite Gaming having their own kills as well. So this is a pretty even as well for the side of Ignite Gaming and Absolute Zero.
Completely even Stevens when it comes down to economy. Gold lane, we don't have to talk about that. Both of them are just brawling it out. Absolute Zero, now that both of them are level 5, I will say that Yuda will have a bit more priority in terms of having more firepower to kind of deal with Vendetta. So, slowly but surely, I would say that Vendetta, I don't think that Vendetta, okay, because Vendetta used the Lapis in the previous game, he killed Yuda in lane. So Vendetta himself will definitely know for sure that he will lose the fight if they're going 1v1.
Yeah, he is, Yuda is just showing dominance here on the EXP. But so far right now, having the Assassin coming in with side Ignite Gaming, expecting of course an early domination, or early invasion rather, coming in from this team. But then again, Absolute Zero just fending them off. There's so many kids from there. Oh, look at the corner too!
This is very good zoning from the side of Absolute Zero as they immediately be able to get a kill down on the Blade as well as Rapidude as the next one. But unfortunately for AZ, we do have got Zach that goes on stream, one man down. But unfortunately, the entirety of Ignite Gaming, all of them came in for reinforcements, ended up dead.
Oh my goodness, Absolute Zero, that was absolutely fantastic.
That's amazing movements.
Exactly, Nomad with a perfect taunt on 2 here. Follow up coming in with Absolute Zero. The distance they just needed, barely of course connecting here, and did so much against the side of Ignite Gaming now. Perfect timing for this turtle takedown this time around. Oh, this is going to be a brawl once again here.
Oh man, Absolute Zero, they forced the movement onto Ignite, Cactus 2. So this is the point in time where they can do it absolutely the same thing. As we do have Nomad just going to be diving himself all the way to the back lines. He will go down to the hands of Blade, but that is more than enough time that has been bought, and of course forcing Blade to go for darkening onto himself.
Oh
while
my.
the Turtle is going to go down to the hands of Absolute Zero once again. Rapidude! But for one trade all across the place. But unfortunately for IG, 3 men down, while AZ, 2 men down.
Oh my goodness, again, Absolute Zero here won a major skirmish play against the side of Ignite Gaming. And the sustain is just insane as well coming in from Absolute Zero. Remember, Ignite Gaming just trying to zone them one out, and Absolute Zero not backing in that situation. Very surprising indeed. Nomad was taken down early in the skirmish, Didn't expect, of course, Absolute Zero will win that skirmish play. They are outnumbered. But then again, it was Absolute Zero, especially with Salas joining in the later stages there. The deadly catch just bursted, and they won against Ignite Gaming.
Player easy. He smells blood in the water and just going straight for it. Right onto Yuta. That is a free top lane that they can get for themselves. IG, after realizing that they lost one, they moved themselves to the middle lane and trying to apply more pressure onto AZ. Force the rotation right onto middle lane.
Oh my!
But that also means that Seiji is going to be having a really tough time. He flickers himself away, only for Vendetta to join into the fray. Gets a stun down. No dash just yet, but there's going to be a really good comeback Wolf King, but still not going to do much as the final slash lands on the Seiji.
Oh my goodness, Regina, time and time again, that steal on Brax ultimate here, just a game changer here for the combo coming in from Absolute Zero, and we can feel actually the synergy as well coming in from Absolute Zero. The chemistry coming in from this team, from these players between them, is just immaculate here on how they just go in sync for struck control.
Oh, a little bit too forced down! AZ set a trap card right onto IG, and never did I realize that now they're going to the graveyard.
Oh my goodness, straight indeed. Sharks bite so hard. First damage, 1/3 of life left. Finishing blow from the rest of the team coming in from Absolute Zero. And now Ignite Gaming feels the pressure here. No one can stop the burst coming in from Bane.
Yeah, IG, they are too bloodthirsty. They want to look for an opportunity to turn the game around. They want to make the move to make something happen. But speaking of something that happened, Regina went literally right in the face of the opponents with a wild charge that did not land onto a wall. So unfortunately, that didn't do much. But all the way up to the top lane, Fake Cutie actually gets killed down to Seiji. While we continue on to the fight down in the Ignite Gaming jungle, Yuta all in onto AZ, almost getting a kill onto Nomad. So he allowed Zach just jump right in, get that kill. And that is going to be a little bit more for IG.
Okay, at least Ignite Gaming somehow get the kills on their own, but the solo kill coming in from Fate on the top side is big as well. And look at the itemizations we are seeing here right now. Divine Glaive, Holy Crystal for the Pain. That's why it hurts so hard right now against the side of Ignite Gaming. We're going for the chase!
Conceal, Flicker, and a wild charge brings Fate Cutie down, and this is an opportunity that they can scour themselves all across the map, hopefully to be able to gain a little bit more dominance over the map.
Indeed, enough is enough for you, Fate Cutie, and this is just a full commitment coming in from Ignite Gaming, now going to pressure on the top side as well. Nomad trying to defend here, but unfortunately no avail. It's time for Ignite Gaming to bounce back here in this situation. Salas right now taking the tart as well on the bot side. Brawl here in the mid.
Vendetta gets hooked in a little bit, but he gets himself out of that fight with just a half HP. Both AZ as well as IG, they are trying to play around the map as much as possible now. We're only 8 minutes into the game, and anything could happen based on the objectives. With the launch that will be popping out in 20 seconds, AZ is doing their absolute best to hover themselves around the middle lane. And now, of course, with the expanding river, this is going to be a lot of mobility for the junglers to run around the place.
Yeah, as you have mentioned, of course, Lord is now here at the pit. Zone control is very important here. Look at the vision coming in from side of Zero. They want to take a fight.
But it doesn't seem like he cares too much about that. He received a little bit of hot shots, but he walked away completely scot-free. Right. IG loses the control over the Lord's pit, while AZ, all of them just hovering around. And IG, I think that they are going to give this away unless there comes something to say.
Yeah, they are going to give it away, trying to trade here on the push on the bot side here as well. Remember, of course, Linux is out of the team formation, and this is going to be Ignite Gaming's call right now to give this objective into the side of Absolute Zero. They are careful this time around because major clash here, not into their favor, is going to hit them so hard, maybe end this game here in favor of the side of Absolute Zero.
There's both teams very team fight oriented. They don't have a lot of split push mechanics or split pushing heroes. Technically speaking, you can say that a Lancelot can do that job, but that will also mean that you will yield out quite a bit of objectives that could be available on the map. There's only a very small time frame where Zac can split push in order to apply a little bit more pressure all around the map.
Speaking of pressure all around the map, there's a Lord here in the bot. So this is going to be a pressure building up in the mid as well. Look at the presentation here in the gaming. They're scattered all throughout out here, trying to extend the pressure here. And now they are going to retreat back, prioritizing and fending off the siege coming in from the Lord. But look at this response here. Absolute Zero. Oh, just like that. It is going to be expanded down here with the help of the Holy Shield.
Yep, so luckily for IG, that Lord did not land a single touch onto the bottom T3 turret. In terms of Holy Defense, the top lane is still available for IG, but it will pop in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So AZ, they don't have to really jump the clock or anything. They do have a pretty decent insurance for the late stages of the game.
True.
They do have Fate Cutie as the marksman. While in the meantime, for Ignite Gaming, they don't have one.
Exactly, now that you have pointed out, but they can rely for the team fight chemistry on the crowd control. They have Rapid's ultimate here, they have the Ruby as well as Yuda with the Bravest Fighter, and now they spotted Nomad here, prioritizing this pressure as well into the mid!
Oh, there's what I'm talking about, Vendetta! As we come down, when it comes to, of course, when it comes down to the final slash, it did manage to do quite a bit there. Although it's not game ending, it is impactful enough for them to get Tier 2.
Indeed, and that was very abstract. I thought that was indeed a follow-up as well coming in from Salas. I was expecting a flicker, deadly catch combo in that situation. It could obliterate in that kind of skirmish play, but then again, Absolute Zero did not take that risk. But then again, in the end, it was a tart objective, has been secured, but concealed play.
Sneaky beaky like as Ignite Gaming now kind of seems as though they're just going to be jumping themselves right in the face of Ignite. It doesn't seem like things are going to go anywhere for the side of completely out of that fight. But he will definitely move back in. But in the meantime, quick little taunt right now on Rapid. He flickers himself away. While in the meantime, Sage is just going to be holding ground and being the anchor of the team. They managed to push the rest of Absolute Zero away. Ignite Gaming's gamble for that concealed play worked out for them.
Wow, beautiful play indeed coming in from the side there of Ignite Gaming, trying to go for a flank maneuver. Vendetta has been caught!
Vendetta stand, but the Cyclone's eye allows Vendetta to travel right past the Guardian's barrier. But we've just Fake Cutie as well. Vendetta, what can they possibly do? Because Vendetta is just going to go straight down to the hands of Blade. Fake Cutie is just running around. It does still have a Cyclone's eye. Oh no! The Cyclone's eye did not allow him to run away! But this is a good thing to a certain extent because Ignite Gaming, they are not focusing onto the Lord. And this is a two-man cycle from AZ. Regina, Salas, and Nomad is already back.
Oh man, Absolute Zero without the jungler right now. There's going to be a big advantage here for Ignite Gaming. But look at this, what disperse remove!
Is it really an advantage? Because Zach right now, he really needs to get himself back. Salas! He gets himself the Lord! And Ignite Gaming, they lost Yuda. Salas is going to be continuing to get himself Salas! My boy! You can't You can't turn around a third time again, Salas! Oh my goodness!
What was that?
What was that?
Pain indeed!
Oh man, nothing tops off that fight from Salas, dude. Nothing tops that off.
That hits so hard. Abstract, they don't need that retribution. They just need pain. Salas, deadly catch, taking the Lord, taking triple kill, taking the big win.
What the hell just happened, Salas?
OMG!
He turned the tide 3 bloody times. He took the Lord, and then he won a fight. He lived with just a little bit. The pursuers died. What?
Those are fighters, mind you, from Ignite Gaming. OMG, Absolute Zero. Man, specifically this guy, Salas here on that Bane, is very, very scary. The power of the Bane.
I don't think that we'll be able to see another Bane gameplay like that anymore, Salas.
Yeah, man.
You little gluttony fool. You have your big belly walking around like as though you can't be fast, but you are pretty darn fast.
Yeah, man. This is not prolonged team fight we're seeing coming in from this Bane. No 4 deadly catches anymore. It is a bursty.
Yeah.
Bursty Bane.
He has 2 Holy Crystal.
OMG, are you kidding me?
2 Holy Crystal, 1 Divine Glaive, 1 Lightning Truncheon, and now he's looking for the final item. I would like to assume that it is going to be, what, the Bloodwigs.
Wow. No
2 Holy Crystal?
Holy Crystal gives you
a lot of magic power. But
Exactly.
you don't get double of that unique passive. So it does get you somewhere. But is it really
worth it?
Yeah. Is that economically wise?
Compared to Genius Wand. Genius Wand gives you additional magic defense penetration.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that is right. So is that worth it? Just getting that raw magic power as compared to magic penetration? Because if we are talking about raw magic power, it will scale with everything that applies to him. Healing factor, right?
Exactly.
Damage to turrets, I would
Yes.
like to assume, because I think the penetration doesn't really apply to turrets.
No.
Right?
Yes.
So he is looking for objectives, not necessarily kills. Kills is just a byproduct. Oh, wait, hold a second. That's a whip coming from Rapid Dude because the wall shot did not land on anything at all. That could actually be really bad for the side of Ignite Gaming. And Sun Siege is going to be the first person to go straight down, and the rest of the Absolute Zero is going to be pummeling himself over to the side of Ignite Gaming. While in the meantime, Big Cutie doesn't have a lot of HP to walk with, but he will still be able to help Sunless out to get a kill out of Yuda.
And no one dies from Absolute Zero. And that surprise attack coming in from Ignite Gaming that this time around. It's not gonna happen here, Ignite Gaming. Oh, Fates!
No! Another one of the trap card happened. Salas has got a lot of burst damage. Takes a look at that. He might be able to do a little bit more. Unfortunately, he just tiny bit short. He almost replayed, but never mind. Vendetta! He managed to reach it. Vendetta! He do what he can. And Salas, another spit right in the face of Rapidude. The top lane is pushing right in. The mid lane is gonna have a lot that will be marching in. A couple of ballistas just all around the place. They want to get a kill down on Zac, but unfortunately, at the cost of Vendetta himself, the Thorn Rose gets himself right out of the hit zone of Nomad's outfit.
Oh, then let's see. Deadly Catch is still been committed there. But then again, of course, numbers advantage right now for the side of Ignite Gaming. In the end, Absolute Zero, mission accomplished when it comes to objectives here. They've taken out all inhibitor turrets. It's going to be an open map right now in favor here for the side of Absolute Zero. But man, oh man, oh man. Salas.
17 minutes and 26 seconds in Barren Wasteland for the side of Ignite Gaming. With the cord is currently down to about half HP. It will be regenerating soon, so no worries about that. With 110 seconds left until the Lord eventually spawns, I would say that Ignite Gaming has got one last chance.
You can see it, the abstract. Ignite Gaming is not going to be falling back out here, despite, of course, the scary Bane that we are just witnessed coming in from Salas here. They still have the kit. They still have the advantage when it comes to crowd control. They just need the finishing blow, the priority targets here as well. But we haven't seen Salas went down here. The moment he has those kills, it was just up from there. They cannot fend him off. The heals coming in from Salas is just insane as well. Sustain, burst damage, everything is here. Salas is really the main threat coming in from Absolute Zero.
Hands down, just popping off, right? Not only the fact that Absolute Zero has got a marksman in their team, and they should be afraid of, but who knew that Bane is something that they should be so afraid of?
OMG.
We thought burst damage.
Yeah.
Mage Bane, burst damage.
And now I'm seeing, of course, Winter Truncheons right now has been prioritizing here for the side of Ignite Gaming. They want to evade that initial burst coming in from Bane. Man, Absolute Zero right now is just insane here.
Honestly, it's kind of tough. Hi, Gamakichi. He's just kind of casually staying there, croaking.
Ribbit. Just staying here.
Is that really
What's
how
the sound? What's the sound of the frog?
Was that really the sound of frog? Because that's the sound that I make. Doesn't sound realistic enough. Is that how frogs croak?
I was saying ribbit. What was it?
One is cartoon, one is reality. Ribbit sounds cute.
Ribbit. And speaking of which, this is not cute for Ignite Gaming as Absolute Zero prioritizing here the Lord takedown right now. Will they be able to cope with the contest here? That is going to be a big question. Rapid has the vision.
Not cute. That's for sure.
Cute indeed.
Because Absolute Zero, they're going to be starting right now.
Oh,
as Nomad is going to be putting himself right into the back line, dealing with Seiji. But it's just going to be wandering around.
Ooh.
Okay.
Zoning out.
Okay. They don't have trigger finger. Okay, maybe not. That's
the
why.
Winions.
Yeah, that's why. That's why they don't want to fight.
It's going to be really difficult indeed for the side of Ignite Gaming with the super minions here. Just having a threat as well into their base. They have no choice but to retreat and prepare for this push coming in from Absolute Zero.
This would mean that because of the evolved Lord marching in the middle lane, they need that one big defense where they don't lose too much people. They can't lose more than 3 because the moment that they win that fight, they have 3 people, they can actually run it down and hopefully be able to end the game by then, but it's gonna be tough. But hey, who knows? Because now Yuda is gonna be slamming right in, and in the meantime, there's gonna be the final slice that's gonna be used up. Fate Cutie gonna be the first one to fall. This is all great for Ignite Gaming. Would it be going for the side of Ignite Gaming a little bit more? That's the question. Rapid Dude loses immortality, but they will be able to push Vendetta a little bit out of their base. They are fine for now. The Lord is still gonna be too busy on one of these creeps. Yuda, a little bit too deep. Is it really worth it? The lightning, the dragon is with the crown, sorry. That's already been used already. Yuda, he's still alive!
And they are going to go for a prolonged team fight here. No way! He's still alive!
He's still alive!
The power of the Lapu Lapu, ladies and gentlemen, especially with that passive. The more enemies he's been against with, his defense scales up. And this is the power of the Lapu Lapu that we have just witnessed.
Literally, a 1v5 machine.
OMG.
Yeah, the passive literally says, yeah, go and die 5 people. You might not die. Like keyword might.
Oh my goodness.
You might not die.
And I thought that was the last skirmish that we're to witness here, Abstract, but no, Ignite Gaming. They want to still fight. They are not going to fall down easily here. And with this crowd control, with this sustain, they can still have the advantage here. They can still fend off this aggressive push coming in from the side of Absolute Zero. But then again, as the game drags on, remember, this is Fate QT on the marksman, on a great damage dealer coming in from the Yisun Shin. You have Salas as well scaling up here. And you have mentioned, of course, a while ago, Ignite Gaming doesn't really have this aspect when it comes to later stages of the game. But they do have incredible crowd controls, great synergy when it comes to their skill set.
Yep. And not to forget, of course, AZ in that previous fight, Fate Cutie died first. So I think that's the main thing why Ignite Gaming was able to win that, right? Without reach, it's actually a little bit difficult to end the game because of, you know, range. Regina is not a... I'll be honest here. Valentina is not a range unit. She's not a range unit.
I do believe, but the crowd control coming in from the crack, it's really important for Regina to take. That counter initiation with the crack's ultimate is really important for them also to bounce back, to go for the counter punch here.
We'll see how that eventually goes. Because right now, we already have got one person. Holding himself right onto the Lord. Zax as well as Yuda, hoping that they will be able to get a kill down over to Fate Cutie. Fate Cutie already joining the fight, or rather sticking around for this fight with less than half HP, slowly healing back up, so it's not that big of a deal. The Lord though, completely resetted with, you know, a tad bit more than half HP, but...
Yeah, problem here for the side of Ignite Gaming. The clock is ticking here because the Super Minions is pushing through here across the map. But this is going to be the Lord Dance!
This is going to be it. Rapid Dude just going to be rushing right in. Unfortunately, the wall charge did not land on anyone. We also do have the Deadly Catch that's going to be going in. But in the meantime, the big fight is no one is dead just yet. But Yuda is literally in the middle, stunned for days. And he finally goes down. This guy literally put his phone down for 2 seconds and he's not dead. But in the meantime, Nomad crashes right in. But he did not land on anyone. With 2% down for the side of Ignite Gaming, Absolute Zero continues their onslaught onwards over to Blade. Immortality pop. He comes back immediately dead. Unfortunately, there's still Seiji. 1v5 or 1v4 because with the 5, Fate Cutie right in the middle lane. Seiji is buying so much time, or rather the others are buying so much time. Fate Cutie is doing what he can to try to end this game right here, right now. It's a 1v1 between the junglers, but it doesn't seem like Zax will stay alive to tell the tale.
Yeah, indeed. This is going to be the ending play that we are just witnessing. Absolute Zero here. Super Minions also is their advantage. They have swept